My mother said I'd be abandoning the family if I moved 3 states away for work, so I turned down the job. The job offer email sat on my screen showing $85,000 a year, which made my hands shake because I was making $38,000 doing data entry in my hometown. That number could change everything. I could finally move out of my apartment with black mold growing in the bathroom like some kind of science experiment. I could pay off the credit cards that kept me up at night whispering threats. For the first time since college, I could actually afford to exist like a real person. I called my mom that night to share the good news, practically vibrating with excitement. She went completely silent on the other end, which should have been my first clue that this conversation was about to go sideways. Then she said, "So, you're abandoning us." I actually laughed because surely she was joking. She was not joking. "Your father died 8 months ago. Your brother can barely keep a roof over his head, and you want to run away to another state?" She started crying, which she literally never did. Family takes care of each other. That's what Dad would have wanted. Please don't leave me alone. Nothing says emotional manipulation quite like weaponized grief, but there I was, staring at that offer letter like it had personally betrayed me. I called the recruiter back and told him I couldn't take it. He sounded genuinely confused, probably wondering what kind of person turns down almost double their salary. I mumbled something about a family emergency and hung up. I told myself I was being a good son, practically glowing with noble sacrifice. That delusion lasted exactly 3 weeks. First, my brother called needing $400 for rent or he'd get evicted by Friday, because apparently I was now running a personal charity. I had $890 in my account that was supposed to last me 2 weeks, but I sent the money anyway while we were still on the phone. He hit me with, "This is what family does," and I actually felt good about it, like some kind of financial martyr. A month later, my sister needed $380 for car repairs. Then Mom needed $290 for medical bills. The requests kept rolling in every few weeks, each one framed as a life-or-death emergency only I could solve. My own life started falling apart in ways that would be funny if they weren't happening to me. I stopped going out with friends because I couldn't afford a $12 meal without having a small panic attack. My work shoes developed holes I covered with duct tape like I was cosplaying poverty. I ate instant noodles for dinner every single night, which really does something to your soul after month 6, and watched my credit card debt climb past $3,000. But everyone else seemed absolutely fine, thriving even, and they kept thanking me for staying close like I'd won some kind of award. 3 months of this wonderful cycle of self-destruction before my car died completely in a grocery store parking lot. The mechanic delivered the news like a doctor diagnosing terminal illness. $500 for a new transmission, or the car was finished. I didn't have $500. I didn't even have $200. Without that car, I couldn't get to my job 7 miles away, because my town's public transportation was essentially thoughts and prayers. This wasn't about skipping meals or wearing broken shoes anymore. I was about to lose the income keeping me barely alive. I called my mom and asked to borrow $500, promising I'd pay her back the following month. First time I'd ever asked for anything in return. She let out this dramatic sigh and said, "I just bought a new living room set and redid the guest bathroom. I can't keep bailing everyone out. You're 29 years old. Figure it out." Then she hung up. The audacity was genuinely impressive. I sat in my apartment that night having what I can only describe as a full mental breakdown until 2 a.m. when I opened my laptop. I made a spreadsheet because apparently that's what rock bottom looks like for me. Every single family emergency I'd funded over 2 years. Brother's rent 4 different times. Sister's car repairs twice. Mom's medical bills 3 times. School supplies, utility bills, phone bills that had nothing to do with me. The total came to $4,200. Then I searched for the company that offered me that first job because I love torturing myself. Their website showed recent promotions. The guy who took my position was grinning in a photo announcing his promotion to senior analyst, making $110,000, his second promotion in 2 years. I'd sacrificed that entire future to become an ATM for people who apparently had zero interest in reciprocating. The next morning, I texted the family group chat saying I was done. My brother asked for $300 2 minutes later like I'd announced the weather. Mom called screaming, then asked if I could cover my sister's electric bill one last time. I showed her the $4,200 spreadsheet. She said, "I spent way more raising you." Then asked if I was still coming to Sunday dinner. I blocked everyone in her driveway. She told relatives I stole from her. I moved 6 weeks later without leaving an address.